I'm a very DIY guy. I don't really follow traditions, but I'm still interested by them from a human standpoint, like before any beliefs starts to form, what arises naturally in our humanity, like even before the light manifests through the ego, So I don't know if I'm being very clear here, but so to me, this DIY aspect to spirituality is something that's really important and not often addressed, because it's a tricky area, like and recently I've been wondering, just this DIY spirit, that we've seen in the punk and grunge movement, and nowadays, I mean, it's you can make a movie on an iPhone, So where did it start historically, like what are the first examples of that? So I was thinking about it from a spiritual standpoint. I was wondering if the Gnostics were, in a way, the first DIY looking for the right word. Well, you'll get what I mean. The first to experience God and Gnosis through themselves first, because, as I understand, they valued authority of self over the church or an external God, So within spirituality, were the Gnostics the first punks of religion or spirituality?
I guess you could say that. I mean, I don't even think you could say that about punk. I mean, look at a band like The Clash. Do you like The Clash?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Well, who do you think Strummer was? Who do you think was Joe Strummer's idol? Who was the entire band's idol? And in fact, their album London Calling is based on this person's first album, Elvis Presley. So they weren't making stuff. They had a template. They honored this figure who was their god, you could say. And they said, okay, we've got the essence. And in fact, Joey Ramone used to say, yeah, Elvis Presley is the essence of punk rock because of his countercultural, syncretic, really almost hermetic force that he came into the scene. And these punk they just kind of, the Ramones and the Clash just sort of, they tapped into that energy and they innovated to make it work for them. And of course, there's the idea that, there's anarchism, counterculture, all that. You could say the Gnostics did the same thing. They were the inheritors of this ancient Egyptian magic and these ancient Egyptian mysteries. And they sort of took it on their own to the next level. Obviously, they were also influenced by Jewish mysticism and Hellenistic thought and all that. So that's what they did. I mean, nothing happens in the vacuum. And as Jan Kuliano once said, the mind is based on binaries. There's nothing too complicated about the mind. So you're always going to have the orthodox and the orthodox, the anarchists and the status. You have these two forces that are playing, chaos and law. And these forces are always manifesting in the world. And the Gnostics sort of came out on the side of chaos or anarchism. And not even anarchism. I think what always gets overlooked is that Gnosticism is a shamanistic religion. It's closer to the shamanistic spiritual modality than anything. And that goes again to the binary. There are those in ancient times who would be fine. Well, I'm just going to sacrifice to Zeus, sacrifice to this god, go about my day, or a Christian. I'm just going to go to church on Sundays and do this, and then hopefully I'll go to heaven. Or a Jew, I'll go to the temple on Saturdays and then go about my day. And then there are those who have this thirst for this experiential side of the universe. They want to experience higher worlds. They want to travel mentally to places that nobody knew existed. And these were certainly the Gnostics of ancient times. Just so I would say that's also part of the Gnostic vibe. I don't know about, DIY. I don't know if you could say they were that. They certainly believed in tweaking things like the punk rockers did. Yeah, we respect this. We understand it deeply, just like the Clash understood Elvis deeply. The Gnostics understood the Egyptian mysteries deeply, but we're going to tweak it for the times we are in without, losing that essence of whether punk, Egypt, Osiris, whatever you want to call it, that elan vital, that chaos.